We've all heard the statistics about marriage ending in divorce, but this is not about statistics. This is about your life. I remember as a child when my parents went through the divorce process. There weren't a lot of information that was readily available at that time, but some common sense helped them to get through it with minimal damage. I share this with you because today there's a lot of information found on the web. Sometimes it's conflicting information, so this can be very confusing. What I'm about to share with you is more common sense suggestions, because people whom are thinking or already in the process of a divorce have a lot of things on their mind, especially when emotion is involved. Miss or forget a lot of these common sense steps. This is to be expected as one's world changes. So I offer this free, and hopefully you'll find it helpful, report entitled 9 Biggest Mistakes Divorcing Couples Make. Most people enter divorce unprepared. Why? Most people don't plan on divorce. It's not a thought that we enjoy. After all, it's supposed to be until death do us apart. So how do you prepare? Well, seek professional help. Obviously, a divorce attorney is paramount, but you also want to seek a tax consultant's advice. This is important because you may have assets to split, which you'll need to understand its impact on a tax basis point of view, so you may make an educated decision on how to proceed with minimal tax consequences. While meeting with these advisors, it's extremely important to be upfront about everything. Hiding any information will only hurt you more because things always come up later, and by providing the information up front, then you will have a plan and be prepared when it does pop up. Another item to note while meeting with these advisors is to make sure you provide them with copies of all documents that they request. Remember, these advisors are here to help you. This is the time where you establish your own credit. Most couples have joint accounts, so it will be important to separate your accounts by contacting the credit card companies and try to have them separate your accounts. Any installment loans may be negotiable as part of your total liabilities and payments and split with any assets. Installment loans can be student loans, auto loans, mortgages, etc. Make sure you continue to make payments on time because late payments can damage your credit. Typically in a relationship, one person will control the finances. So this is extremely important that you know what you own and what you owe. This will help you to negotiate whatever split develops during the process. You will need to know what investments, real estate, titles to various assets, checking and savings account, cash, life insurance policies, and any IOUs that are owed to you. Also, you will need to know to whom you are making payments, from credit card bills, installment loans, money owed to other people, and other various bills. This is one of the most common mistakes that couples make because the other spouse handles everything. Sometimes surprises come up, so you really need to know what you have and what you owe. I've seen it where the one spouse will keep the story gender neutral because we're not out to create any biases here, handled all the financials. When they entered the divorce proceeding, the spouse whom didn't handle the financials discovered a safety deposit box with quite a bit of savings bonds held in it. This is not a typical circumstance, but it is best to understand your finances. As mentioned before, it's important that you speak with a tax advisor, but it may be equally important that you speak with a financial planner too. It's important that you have a full grasp of what type of assets or investments you and your spouse hold. When you decide to split those assets or investments, they need to understand what the ramifications on your choices based on the tax laws and penalties that may be incurred. They can really help you save a lot of money and future headaches. Now that you have a grasp of your current finances and receive professional help, then you will want to create a budget. What is your current budget? Then what additional costs will you incur down the road after your divorce is complete? Planning now will help you down the road because you've thought it through, which will help guide you down the life you anticipate. It's a bit difficult to drive from Los Angeles, California to Butte, Montana without a map. Likewise, if you don't have a budget or plan to guide you in your future. Another tool to assist you with determining your finances will be to run a credit report on yourself. This way you will find what liabilities you're tied to, so you may make the necessary steps. Find out if there are any derogatory comments made against your credit, any missed payments, judgments, liens, etc. You can use the credit report from a loan officer whom you may be seeking advice on real estate that is owned, or you can pull it yourself at annualcreditreport.com, or repeat that, annualcreditreport.com, which won't go against your FICO score. One thing to keep in mind while you're still negotiating during the process is to keep your name on title to anything that your name is tied to you owing money. If you owe, then you need to have some sort of control over debt. For example, if you own a home and your name is tied to both the title and the mortgage, then make sure you don't remove your name from the title unless you're able to remove your name from the mortgage. You don't want the responsibility of the debt if you can't be responsible for the asset tied to the debt. This goes for cars, life insurance policies, etc. Make sure you protect yourself with insurance with your own policies and beneficiaries. These are important investment tools that you can discuss with your financial advisor or financial planner. This is the most important and most difficult step, but emotions can play a big part in this process. You need to focus not on your loss here, but what you can stand to gain. By focusing on your gain, then you will be able to focus more clearly by relieving yourself from the negative emotions. You will be able to make better decisions about your life after the process is complete, which include identifying your budget, making sure you can afford your new lifestyle, not fighting over the little stuff, and then you both can move on with your lives and enjoy it. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you find peace and happiness because you do deserve it. This will not be the end of the world, but a new beginning. It sounds kind of scary, but it's not. Time has a way to heal, as you will too. I wish you well with your new journey, and if I may be of any service, then please don't hesitate to ask.